everybody, it's McSTALLION here, and how are we all today? So, as you've seen from the time lapse that we've just had, this field is now completed. The seeding process has been completed, and there is now corn or maize, as it's known elsewhere, planted in this field. The fertilization stage is on the third stage. I keep pressing that one. If you go to soil composition, fertilized, field 18, it's the blue one, so we're good. So now we know that that's all good, we can head back to the farm. Now, just because that, was the time lapse, and I know it's like nearly 10 minutes into the, well, 6 or 7 minutes into the episode already. So what I was thinking is what we might just do for this episode is just take this tractor and seeder back down to the yard, give it a bit of a wash, and just have a general chat for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can take it from there. So how's everybody's day been going? I've had a long day myself. I was on my early shift again this morning, so always nice to be walking to work, because I only work down the road from where I live, so it's not too bad. I do enjoy the walk on a nice summer's, well, it's been like a summer's morning, that's for sure. It's been nice and warm. We've had temperatures of about 20 to about 25 degrees today, which for the UK is really nice. We don't get to have the warm weather very often. Like myself, because like I said before, I'm South African, so any bit of warm weather and the shorts are on. There's no excuses. It's just one of those things. It's in our DNA. So we'll take a turn down here. Oh, a bit wide there. Didn't want to go that wide. Come on, that didn't go quite to plan. Right, this time I'll try and push the brake instead. Yeah, that worked better. So, as you noticed from the time lapse, we had to do a refill on the seeder, and we happened to do our 3-in-1. So I think from now on, if we ever using a seeder or a fertilizer, we're going to try and achieve that at least two in one trip, so we know that our tractors are always going to be full, and full of diesel or fertilizer or seeds. The other thing is, if we were using a course that comes through the yard, to come and dump something off here, we could always make it come, go past the fill point for the diesel. Then we'll know that, we're not going to run out of diesel somewhere along the line. So that's always something, an idea to keep in mind. So I realised with Courseplay and things, I was looking on YouTube the other day, and I noticed that there is actually quite a few different YouTubers doing tutorials on them. So what I'll do from now on is I'll just do like a quick overview of it. I'll just go through it, as if people know what's going on. Obviously, if you don't understand something, then please feel free to ask me in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to help as far as I can. And if I obviously can't help, I'll try and point you in the right direction as to someone that could possibly help you further on the topic. So like I said, from now on we will just set Courseplay up. I won't fly through it like I know exactly what I'm doing, because sometimes I've got to sit and think about it, to see if I've set it up correctly, or if possibly I have set the width to the wrong width, or I've made it start in the wrong corner of the field. I think what we'll do is, like I said, we'll just do it as if it's a quick little overview, and if there's any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try and help you out. Another thing I want to shout out, guys, is if you look in the description below, excuse me, I've got a bit of a phlegmy throat today, a phlegmy chest. you know, with all the warm sun rays and all the pollen and everything, I tend to get a bit clogged up here. But which is strange because I never suffered from hay fever in South Africa, but I suppose it's a different type of humidity and heat, and because over there your days start pretty early, you know, like 5 o'clock in the morning, you've got the sunshine coming out and it's 25, 26 degrees nearly every single day. So there's that, and you know, it could just be a factor of the pollen and everything is just playing up a bit, and I've got a bit of hay fever, which isn't the best of things, but nothing that a couple of antihistamines can't sort out. So I'll have to make sure that I go and pick some up from the chemist tomorrow, or from any shop that is that sells them, I guess. Right, we'll just close the door. It's weird that it shows the markers where you can click and everything, but you can't actually click on them. So what we'll do is we'll just pull this tractor and trailer up here, and we'll give it a bit of a wash as well. And then there was a field that I wanted to go and have a look at, which was fairly nearby, so we'll have a little walk over there once we've washed this off. So looking at the poll results, you know, over the last couple of days, I asked you guys if you wanted to see more like mini time lapses at the beginning of the episodes, and there was quite, you know, a couple of you that said that you would. So I think that's what we'll do from now on, is if, and I use the word if quite strongly here, if there is a task that we're busy with and we know that it's going to span, you know, over, you know, if we start recording a part of it and we know that it could be as long, or should we say long enough to fill up another portion of the next episode, if not fill it, then I will time lapse it so that we don't have to sit there like I've done with this one today, you know, with the seeding on the field. Even though it's like 6 minutes and 50 odd seconds or something, it still took nearly 25 minutes to record, you know, so you can appreciate the fact that the person's got to sit there for a long period of time to get it right. So we'll just put this in here. I know that my reversing skills is not the best, especially with a trailer like this with the rear steering too. It's a bit foreign for me. I'm not used to reversing with rear steering, trailer steering I should say. Right, so I'll just bring up this map here and I'll show you the field that I would like to go and have a look at, and it is, let's have a look, that's where we were yesterday and today. I want to go and have a look. See, we drove past it the other day, but it's a big field, so it's going to be really expensive. See, I'm looking to get another field for a bit of grass. See, I'm thinking I might even do field 1, you know, because the cows and everything are nearby, and it'd be a good place to possibly forward and see if I've got it in the mod section. I don't know if I do. I need to try and find a mod that can store grass and things. So if anybody knows of any mods that you can use to store the grass, you know, once it's been cut, as opposed to throwing it in, you know, putting it into the silo, but the only way you can do that is chaffing it by using a forage harvester to pick it up, which I find a bit strange. But anyway, not to worry. So we will go and have a look at field. Shall we go and have a look at field 14? But we'll go around this way because we've not been that way yet. So as you can probably see in the top right hand corner of the screen there, we've got like nearly £300,000. That was actually an error on my side. What happened was I accidentally sold this tractor that I was busy with. I went into the shop to have a look at something, and I wanted to see if I could bring up the power of it, see how many horsepower it had, and for some unknown reason I clicked on the sell button and it sold it. So I kind of had to enable the like, okay, look, I'll show you what you do. Is I'll just stop that. Now I've keybind mine differently, but I think if you just push the key, if you've got it installed, it's the creator tools. Now it brings up a menu like this where you can have a heads up display which you can turn on and off, which I'll actually leave off. No, I'll leave it on. You can change your walking speed, you can have creative money. So what that does is if you turn that on and you click OK, you get a big amount of money straight in the game. Now this is, like I said, this is a mod on the mod hub itself, so I assume that if you're on PlayStation and Xbox you should be able to get it as well, because it's, you know, it's a universal mod as far as I'm aware. I may be wrong, but that's my gist on it. Turn it off, you just click it so that it's off. Muscle modes, basically you can lift objects of any weight. You know, you can walk around with pallets, you can walk around with you can pull trailers and things like that. And the help obviously enables and disables. I just leave that to itself. I don't have a muscle mode on it either, because even though I do like Superman, and I'm probably going to get a load of crap in the comment section because of that. Right, so we're doing a bit of exploring, guys. So it's turned into an episode of the seeding on field 18, I think it was, yeah, which is just that way. And actually no, it's that way. There, that's the field there. And I've gone and crashed the tractor, but not to worry, we'll just turn sharper. Come on, gate. And this is where we keep our pigs. So we've got another silo there, and we've got another harvester here, which is always good to know, especially for the fields that we've got around here. So we could keep that harvester for field 20, 19 and 18 because it's a small harvester, and those fields are not big in comparison to some of the fields. Now, if any of you remember my last time-lapse series that I did on Blickling farm on FS 2015, I had a huge, massive oat harvest, and I did field 16, 13, 15, 14 and 12, and that spanned those 5 fields. You know, took, I think the final video, if you added the entire collection of episodes, I think it was 3 or 4 parts to do it, and each part was nearly 10 minutes, so it was like nearly a good half an hour to 45 minutes of time-lapse footage just of the harvest going on, and me driving between each combine harvester and emptying it with the hopper and everything, with the auger wagon, you know, and things like that. So that just gives you an idea of how big the fields are. But if you haven't seen those episodes, they are on my channel. So if you just go down into the playlist, you will see it there. It's for the Farming Simulator 2015, where I've got, obviously I do like a Let's Play series, but it's all time-lapsed. Now, like I said in the beginning of this series on FS17, the map is actually kind of set out different, and I quite like the changes. Things seem to be a bit more maneuverable. Like I said, the only complaint that I've got as a player is the fact that the roads are really, really bumpy. You know, you've got big, massive like ditches where you'd lose a small car. But then I understand that, you know, it's a farm track and you're not going to get small cars coming down there, but still, even from like a game perspective, it gets a bit bumpy, you know, and it can get a bit difficult to control. So I'm going to keep an eye out to see if there's an update to the map, and hopefully that's one of the updates that's been addressed. You see how the tractor's like really, really wobbling around? It's almost as like the map creator, even though I'm not saying that it's a bad map, I absolutely love the map. That's why I've decided to do another Let's Play on it. And I have looked, and there's not many other people out there doing a Let's Play series on it. So this is a series, guys. This is the one to watch for this Blickling farm. Okay, so if you know anybody else that's wanting to watch some farm sim videos, get them onto my channel. You know, tell everybody about me. I want to start getting out there, guys. I'm going to start bringing content to you every single day, which brings me to my other thing, my other point. And look, I've already got to 20 minutes. So this is it, guys. When I get back to the farm, I'm going to say goodbye. So just before we get there, what I'm going to do from now on is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I will post a video, and it will be in the afternoon, and the release time will be around 2:30 in the afternoon, so 14:30 UK time. Now obviously I do work for a living, so obviously if there's any complications and it prolongs an episode being released, I will let you know via my Facebook page, which you can get to on my YouTube channel as well. I will leave a link to my Facebook page in my description. Actually, there should be one, but I will double check. And if there isn't, I will put one in. And guys, another thing is, I've got a Discord server. So obviously it's still fairly new, and a lot of people, there's not many people on it. But the minute you guys tell me that you're going to use it and whatnot, then I'll obviously start using it more myself. Now the link to that is in the description below. And that's about it, really. So I think for this episode, guys, I'm gonna take a break there, and we will continue tomorrow. And I think what we'll do tomorrow is we'll probably have a look at the sheep, just top everything up there, and then we'll probably go and have a look at seeing what we can do with field 1, because I'd like to get stuff into the ground so that we've got a bit more money coming our way, and then we can obviously take it from there. Any suggestions as to what you'd like me to do, let me know, guys, because I can always accommodate your suggestions. So like I said before, that's it for this episode, guys. I am going to take a break here again, and I will be back tomorrow at the same time. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please head below and leave me a like. Each one helps me out. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm McSTALLION YT, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye for now.